Yo, welcome back to the Magik Show, everybody. And today I got my boy WINDSC4R, and today we're going to be talking about the latest gaming news that's happening. There's been a lot that's been happening. We got Zelda, we got E3 being canceled digitally and in person, and we got some PlayStation Plus tier lists and stuff like that. I don't know what you want to talk about first, WINDSC4R, but there's a lot.
What was the first topic you stated? The cancellation of Zelda Breath of the Wild, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's not a cancellation, it's more of a, delay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mixed the terms up. Got my terminology all nasty. But how you feel about that? You played some of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
I did. I haven't beaten it. I wasn't crazy about the first one. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's a great game. It was the first one that kind of came with the Switch when it first dropped. So, okay. I enjoyed it. But I'm not like a diehard Zelda fan. So I'm not too upset.
When the delayed games, there's both sides to the story. But I mean, there's so many games lined up this year. It's like, well, ouch, my wallet. You already got Kirby. You got Legend of Arceus. Yeah, it's true though. It's true. You got Pokemon Violet and Scarlet. Those three already Game of the Year contenders. Do you really need all your Game of the Year contenders in one thing? Think like Nintendo marketing strategies. They're not always like for the fans. They're like, hey, we don't want like a mind blowing Super Mario Strikers. We gotta mention that, and
That's
probably
true.
a lot more, but I don't even know at this moment. But like, they could just be like, you know what? We are in Mario Kart Booster Pass, all that DLC, but let's just save it for next year. We can polish it up a little more.
Yeah.
We can bring maybe even revolutionize it, just like Pokemon Arceus. Bring maybe not big Zelda fans want to get into the sequel, such as myself. I never played Zelda Breath of the Wild. I know that's crazy.
No, that's funny.
Yeah. I messed around with Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, the whole circle, but I don't know, it just seemed different. It looks good though when I watch people, but it's like I don't know if it's like I'm out of date with Zelda or what, but the formula is like so vastly different to me. But it is in a cool way. Like, I'm all good with changing the formula. I'm not like a seasoned old head and be like, no, it's gotta be the same. You can't change it up. That's how it is only.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you change it, you actually have a chance of drawing new fans in, or fans that were never Zelda fans or maybe not Nintendo. AKA more people buying the Switch. So, I don't mind that it's getting delayed. I don't even know if I'm gonna get it, but what I do believe is that they're gonna show more footage. They're gonna at least show us footage this year. What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think that this is kind of a good segue to E3, the cancellation, stuff like that. I think that just because that is canceled for this year, I think they're gonna do some type of direct, possibly like you said, they're definitely gonna drop some more knowledge and more footage for Breath of the Wild 2, just to get people more hyped up, just for they get people who are anticipating it to hey, don't forget about this next year, we're coming, because like you said, like you mentioned, there is so much coming out. You mentioned Strikers. There's Nintendo Switch Sports. There's Advanced Wars 1 and 2 if you're into that. There's so much. So much. There's that KAO Kangaroo game that is getting a lot of traction, a lot of hype. That is surprising people. And that's not even counting the if they drop an Indie World Direct, or if they drop, another game in the fall with Scarlet and Violet. Like, it's the first time I think that we've gotten Pokemon games so close to each other, So I definitely think it's a smart marketing move just to push Zelda back. Yeah, it's like kind of like, yeah, let's just wait a little bit, and let's make our money off of Pokemon this year, and then wait for Zelda next year. So
yeah, and with that, Mike, like we just had Brilliant Diamond and Shiny
exactly.
Pearl last year in November. I know it was last year, but it wasn't too far off. Like,
Yeah.
I had a friend say I didn't even get to be and they're already dropping Scarlet and Violet. Like, so many Pokemon games back to back. And then as far as like going a little off topic, but relating to the indie portion of what you said, I'm still looking forward to the game. I forget, something in the future with like skateboards. I think you could ride a scooter. Like
yeah. I remember that one.
I don't remember the name, so don't kill me in the comments for that. But it's like a Jet Set Radio
Yes.
Inspirational game, and they didn't give a release date, but they released like a couple teasers, and I look forward to that too, because like I played it once on the Dreamcast, and that's how I did it. It was a friend's Dreamcast though, and it was cool. It was hard. I mean, there's no spray painting, but that was also like kind of cool, like making your tags. But and then another indie game that I enjoy is No More Heroes.
Yes.
If that's even an indie game. I mean, it was in the indie direct. One of them. So yeah, that's all. Do you want to like keep on this topic, or you want to move on to a new one?
No. I think we can move on to the next one. I guess we can move on to a little bit more of E3 and stuff like that. Like, there wasn't a physical E3 last year because of the pandemic and everything like that.
Right.
So because of that, a lot of the big game studios did their own thing, whether it's a Nintendo Direct or whether that's a PlayStation State of Play or whatever Xbox does. But I think that right now, I'm not gonna sit here and say E3 is becoming obsolete, but I do think that it's definitely becoming less trivial for gaming news, gaming announcements, because on top of that, IGN's still having their summer game of fix or fix of game thing.
Summer Game Fest, I believe.
Yeah. So they still have that. So maybe that's going to transition to them, and they're going to be the one hosting stuff like that. So I don't know. I definitely think that there's change coming when it comes to that. But what do you think?
Yeah, I guess like after like the clock keeps ticking, man, there's just going to be changes. Stuff happens in our world too, and like E3 might just not be, that thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like, especially how we keep evolving more and more in the internet. Like, there's just change. For example, like, Bitcoin or like the metaverse, stuff like related to that, right? I mean, it's kind of different, but it's kind of not. That's like part of like the internet world. You know what I mean? But like, is already, it's nice, get everyone together live, hype things up. But is that really in the best of their budget? Like, how many people really went to like those E3s? Like, I only heard about it recently, but I know it existed for like a while. I don't know exactly. I don't got all the facts on me. But it's like, if they can't like, make the funds for it, and Nintendo keeps stepping out of it seems too.
Yeah, for a few years.
And if you even think like something else related, like a big, event, Evo, I believe like they dropped Smash Melee or something like that. Yeah, I think they dropped Smash Melee, and like even though that's like not as popular as Ultimate or like other Nintendo games in general, like for tournaments, I'm pretty sure like one of the most hype like moments in Nintendo was just from like Smash Bros. Melee, and like they had their own cult following, that's been running for the longest, and now like they don't have like Evo which was like a major source. Like Evo is like you was top dog, and like now they're not gonna have it. They're gonna have like these other fighting games, but not like Smash Bros. Melee. So it's like, yeah, like what is this? The third year that E3 gets canceled?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, because if you think about it,
fourth year, it's not looking good.
Yeah. It
We
may
have
be
all
the
these
third
Nintendo
year.
Directs, so
Yeah.
if you get 3 Nintendo Directs in a year, and like in the summer game fest, like it's gonna be up to like whoever wants to step in and like just okay, I'm gonna run this show myself. Come here.
Yeah. I mean, if they would hit me up, I can definitely do it for them. You know.
Yeah. Be the host.
Yeah. Right. So you mentioned like Evo and how they dropped out Melee and stuff like that. And you mentioned the metaverse. My question to you is, do you think that we are going closer to the metaverse in terms of like digital events and much more VR integrated events where you don't even have to leave the comfort of your home? You could be in your pajamas, throw on your headset, and you're at E3 or you're at the newest Nintendo Direct. Like, do you think that's something that is closer rather than farther?
Closer and farther, like that's a very interesting the way I look at it. Like, if you look at Nintendo Labo, I barely seen that. I heard it was like plastic and stuff. That is nothing compared to like PlayStation VR, if I were to give an example,
Yeah.
And I'd also I mean, he's not part of Nintendo, but like, I don't know, he's a big head, and people still love him. Like, I don't know if you ever heard Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Yeah, I know who he is.
I heard in an interview or something like that, he stated that the VRs are like nuts. Like, why should you put something that close to your eyeballs, and you don't know what kind of stuff could like be pushed to your brain, or like radiation.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nintendo as a company, like, they always seem kind of outdated with technology. Like, if you look at the Switch, people are like, hey, where's my backgrounds? Oh my gosh, 5 years, we have folders.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the technology compared to like, PlayStation, or Sony and like Microsoft, be like, oh well, we had that like all the messaging or game invites. We only had game invites recently. Like, just there's still no voice chat unless you're like playing Fortnite.
Mm-hmm.
It was on Wii U for whatever reason, but it's just like they're leaving a lot of stuff out, and like Nintendo just likes to do it their own way, and like we're the weaker system. But like Nintendo's more, they're like, we're the entertainment company. We're not like graphics. They used to have that more. I don't know if it's still like that now. They're like, we're not a video game company. We're like an entertainment company. That might have been back in like the NES like era, but I feel like some of that at least still holds true to this day, because they're not on the same FPS level as a PS5 or the Xbox Series X. Even if they get the next generation system, it's probably not going to be like that.
Yeah, it's probably going to be like
the focus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got a point. That's
they're not
true.
going to go into that metaverse for like a long time, if anything. That's what I think.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely I see your point. Nintendo definitely has been much more reserved when it comes to, upgrading softwares and adding specific tools and stuff that you can do with the Switch. And personally, I wish they were much more updated. I wish that they had voice chat, because I feel like voice chat is something very easy to add in games. You have it in all other platforms, but Nintendo, you can't. It just doesn't seem like it took them a while to even integrate online for the Switch, like worldwide online, and then that was like kind of odd. But the reaction to them upgrading their stuff on, like their online features and stuff like that, so they become much more online, integrated and stuff like that, has been very positive. So, I mean, personally, if I was running that company, I would say, okay, well, the fans like this. And I know Nintendo doesn't really listen to the fans as much, but if they did, they would realize that the online features that they have given us have been very positive. They've been received very positively, and I don't think that not having these specific things yet is good. I feel like they need to add these kind of things, because they're so far behind that it's a matter of a few years and they're just kind of like going to be done. Like, yeah, everybody loves Mario, everybody loves these kind of things, but it's just kind of like you're going to come to a point where it's like, okay, well, I can emulate Super Mario 64 on my Xbox through a emulation software, or whatever you can find on the Xbox. I'm sure the PS5 can do the same thing if somebody really wanted to. So it's kind of like you can do certain things that you could already do on the Switch on the PS5s that have higher FPS, like you mentioned, and higher speeds, higher everything. So it's just kind of like at a certain point the Nintendo Switch kind of becomes obsolete, and it's kind of tough to balance that, especially when there's things that you can do to enhance your status, I guess you can say, in the gaming world. But I mean, that's up to Nintendo. Nintendo likes to do what Nintendo likes to do, and that's kind of what it is.
I got nothing else to say about Metaverse.
All right, so then I guess we can move on to our PlayStation Plus tier list and stuff like that. I'm not sure if I know you're more of a Nintendo guy, but
yeah,
I'll explain a little bit of the tiers and stuff like that. So basically, there's 3 tiers of the PlayStation Plus service, and the first tier is basically the same thing you get. It's $60 a year. You get the same thing. You get 2 games a month, and some discounts, stuff like that. The online features, which is great, but there's no difference in that. Okay, but then there's the second tier, which is the PlayStation Plus Extra, I believe it's called, and that is $100 a month, or $100 a year. I'm sorry, $100 a year. But you do get $400 games of PS4 and PS5 games. And then there's.
Sorry to cut you off, but wasn't like last year and like how originally was, like the PlayStation Plus was like 100 each year if you were doing it yearly?
Like, do you mean like the games you get every month, or in? Like
I assume like you play online and stuff like that, right? You need PlayStation Plus, or maybe it came with like slight discounts. Like, sorry, but it's just like, it's been a while since I played PS4. Even when I was on it, I was only on it so much. But I thought like it was just to let you play online, basically. The PlayStation Plus, and it was like $100 a year if you did 100 a year.
No, so it's never been 100 a year. It's always been 60 a year. But yeah, they've never had a sort of game catalog. Yeah. What?
Okay.
Yeah. They never has. What?
Like tier?
Yeah. Like for the first tier, like that they've been having for years now. It's always been $60 a year, $10 a month, or $25 for 3 months. But they've never had a game catalog to choose from, kind of like the NSO has with Super Nintendo, or the Nintendo 64. They never had a game catalog ever until now. But you can only access that game catalog if you are part of the second tier, which is the PlayStation Plus Extra, and that's $100 a year.
Makes a little more sense.
Yeah. And then with that, you can also get 400 games, PS4 and PS5 games, in that game catalog. Same thing, exclusive discounts and deals, and you can download and stream these via cloud streaming, which I got into that in my video. I kind of get it for space wise because PS4 and PS5 games are huge, so you may not have all the space in the world to download these games.
Issue I had with my PS4, like I always had to take forever to download.
Yeah.
Even if it was like physical.
Mm-hmm.
And like you do have to download on Switch, I believe, if it's physical. Do you?
Yes.
Right? But
yes.
If you do, it doesn't take nearly as long.
Nah, like 2 minutes max. Like.
Okay, like maybe if you got like the best internet, all right, but you have to keep in mind everybody is not going to have the same internet as you.
Mm-hmm.
They might not have any internet. If they might have to like go to use the McDonald's Wi-Fi, the Starbucks Wi-Fi, download something. Like, all right, we are in a digital age, but everybody is like not like that.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it just matters to every consumer.
No, it's very true.
That's a major issue that I personally have with the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it just took forever to download everything. Like stuff or games would need like so much space. Like Fortnite and Rocket League, those free games, they keep increasing the gigabytes as time goes on. I'm like, what the?
Because of updated files and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wasn't this like 6 gigabytes? It's like 13 now.
No, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, they add stuff with the updates, so it's understandable, but at the same time, it's kind of like, bro, like, you don't want to warn me first, like
they give a solution, but it's like it doesn't matter. It's still an annoyance.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to deal with that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
No, I totally hear you. That's why I kind of get the cloud streaming aspect of things. It makes things a lot easier to play this automatically. It's just the only problem I really have with cloud streaming is the fact that you still have to pay full price for a game that you don't own. You don't own it physically, you don't own it digitally, and you're paying $60 to play it probably whenever you want. But when that option goes away, you just lost $60 or $20 or whatever, how much, so it's a very hard sell for me in terms of that. And then when it comes to the last tier, I believe it's called PlayStation Plus Premium. So you get everything in the previous tiers, the PS4, PS5 games, but you can also get PS3, PS2, and PS1 games that you can stream and download to your console. And there's also game trials that are going to be monthly, I'm assuming. However, this one is $120 a year, and I believe it's $17.99 a month. So give or take.
So with the PS1, PS2, like, you get that, what was it, PlayStation Premium, you said?
Yeah, that's what the final tier, the third tier.
That's $129 a year?
Yeah, give or take.
So, like, what does the catalog look like? And you just download like that for free once you have like that tier, or it's like
so
they didn't give the details out yet, right? It's like a
yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah, they didn't give the catalog yet, which is what I'm waiting for, because I love my Budokai 3, Budokai 2, Dragon Ball, Tenkaichi Budokai 3, 2, all that good stuff. And there's also PS1 gems, like that are.
Yeah. There's plenty of gems, but the problem that keeps occurring is like the game gets butchered down or no game.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because of rights issues.
Yeah.
Whether that's like, copyright music, certain people are an issue to this society now. Like, it could be so many reasons why, certain games that you love might not be there or just not the same.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, you only own it, right, for that year? Are they all cloud, or no, you own it like this?
Well, you own it as long as you have a PlayStation Plus account and a subscription, I should say. So as long as you're subscribed, And I'm assuming as long as you're subscribed to that tier, then you'll be able to play it. That's how they get you. That's how they get you for longer term. So
man, I thought like everyone now, like I keep hearing, oh, you thought the NSO expansion pack was high. Look at the PlayStation one.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, we can now do now.
Yeah,
but they do have. I don't think that's bad if you think about it, because the premium tier, right?
Yes.
It goes from PS1 all the way to 5.
Yes, and PSP.
Oh yeah, right, and PSP. Can't forget about PSP. It's a good system too.
Yeah, bro, it's ahead of its time.
So that's basically 6 systems.
Yes.
I think that's a deal, but I'm afraid of like what people are gonna think if like here's Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy, but it's not part of expansion pass. You're gonna have to pay a higher tier.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, and that's the problem. That's where Nintendo gets money hungry. And if you think about it, $120 a year is only $10 a month. So it's not that bad. If you break it down, it's not that bad. It just seems very intense because you're paying. It's a one-time flat fee for the year. But once you pay, you're just like, okay, whatever, it is what it is.
But then also like, you can't exactly compare them like Nintendo and Sony, because Nintendo's like only drip feeding SNES now at this point. Drip feeding NES. Drip feeding N64 online. I mean, NES and SNES have like plenty of games. They have, I'll be bold to say, all their legacy games on there already. Most of them actually, because I know NES Duck Hunt, there's no Zapper. So maybe there will be one in the future, but there's no Duck Hunt at all. But you need a Zapper. That was really good. I don't know if you played, but SNES, everyone keeps asking for Super Mario RPG. Well, not everyone, but there's a fair amount of people, and there might be issues with like rights. Again, you got to deal with Square. You might have to deal with like, I don't know, maybe like music rights. Who knows what the factor is, but
yeah.
And so, if, like, that's the thing, if it was just like, oh, here's a huge catalog from the start, people might not be pissed with, like, that $50 price tag, right? A year for NSO expansion. But, like, when you're drip feeding it and you only have 10 games, because the PlayStation Premium, all right, $120, kind of steep, but $10 a month, maybe not so steep. But 6 systems, like if you would compare, like say you gave NSO expansion, or NSO premium. So you'll be like, you're telling me I get 6 systems, right? So I guess I'll like, just quick, NES, SNES, N64, GameCube, Wii U. That's crazy system.
Yeah.
And like, you just think like, oh, so I get all the generations of Mario Party, all the generations of Smash 64, all the generations of Zelda, all the generations of like the main big Nintendo heads, right? $129 a year. I mean, that's a steep price for Nintendo, I feel. But when you look at it, not so much if you get all those systems.
Yeah, no, that's the easy sell. It's the easy sell, especially if you're offering all that, Like, that's a lot. A lot of people love Wii and all the other systems.
But for PlayStation, I don't see, I can't really know or, like, make a decent educated guess since I don't follow Sony like I do Nintendo. But I can't imagine, like PlayStation or games in general, like they go for like high price, they get more rare by the day. So it's like there's a lot of gems, but I can't imagine like. I mean, I think it's just because I play follow too much Nintendo. I can't imagine them having huge catalogs for each system.
Yeah, I mean,
titles, because like I said, with the copyright, or either it's going to be slightly butchered. Or go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're good. Yeah, I mean, like I can't name a bunch of games off the top of my head, but because like I know that when the PlayStation 1 came out, it was kind of revolutionary because it had 3D games that were, you know, they were like higher quality at the time than the 64, so that they were kind of competing with each other. So you know, there's like Tomb Raider games that didn't come out on the PS2 that are only on PS1. There's you know, Spyro that came on the PS1 that's not on the PS2. It is on the Switch and it is on the PS4, you know, like the higher generation. So they'll probably go with that one over the, you know, original. So if you think about it like that, all remakes and stuff like that, they'll probably just keep the remakes and not the originals. But games that haven't got any remakes or HD upgrades or anything like that, those will probably be in there. You know, again, I can't give you a full list because, you know, off the top of my head, I just don't know.
Yeah.
But
and like on the PlayStation Store, they probably have some of those games already, do they not?
yeah, like I know the Jack bundles on there.
The original.
Yeah.
They have like Spyro Crash, the original on the PlayStation Store. That's another thing. Like, so what are they gonna bring to the table that's not already on there? Like, I know I got Parappa.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. That was cool. I heard the second one's better because the first one I was like stuck, but yeah. And then Spyro, Final Fantasy 7, Crash Bandicoot. They all have remakes.
Mm-hmm.
Final Fantasy 7, including the Spyro Ignited Trilogy and Crash Bandicoot, they're on other platforms, including the Switch.
Yes.
But the Spyro, Crash, and I can't think of a name at the top of my head, but they're like the two PlayStation mascots back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were exclusive back in the day.
Yes.
And Crash Racing, Team Racing, that was on the PlayStation. So I'm just saying PlayStation 1. So PlayStation 2, I don't really know, but the games that I like, I think most of them were on other systems as well. But it's just like, just going back to what I said before, like, what are they going to bring to the table that you don't have access to, that you're still very interested, right? Because that's important. Because if you're going to pay $129, cool, that's fine. There's a lot of games, right? Just throw some games on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I don't keep saying table a lot. But am I going to play them like that? You know, not everyone has, like, a lot of time. They're going to put their time into, like, their most interesting games.
Yeah.
And then especially if, like, you have other systems, you're barely going to even play anything.
Yeah.
But if you're just on PlayStation, all right, that's probably more for you. Or, you know, if you got the dough like that, you know, it ain't no biggie.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's people like that too.
Yeah, no, yeah, but, of course, you're right. I guess once the catalog comes out, you know, of what they're gonna offer, that's kind of gonna justify things for people, and probably get people upset because they probably won't add some things right away and they'll add some things later because they're not just gonna give you the whole shebang and say, hey, have fun. We're not gonna add anything else ever. Like, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, you don't think that's gonna happen?
Nah. They're gonna get probably like a good, like, I want to say
50.
Nah. I want to say like probably a good 20 each, like
20.
from each. So like PS1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and PSP. So in total, that's 120 games you can choose from. That's not bad.
Yeah, definitely. I'll agree with that because, like, you know, they're a corporation, right?
Yes.
So that isn't a deal for them. That's not profitable really for them. If you have 6 systems, just like use the whole library.
Mm-hmm.
Because like all of that would be way more than $129 a year.
Yeah, way more.
So like that's the part where they're like, you know, you mentioned, well, it was more you said it with Nintendo, but that could be applied for any gaming industry. Like that, they get money hungry. It's true. They're always trying to like expand their business.
Yeah,
that's how it is. Any business would be it, but it comes to that saying like they're not your friend. Sony's not your friend. Nintendo's not your friend.
They're a business. At the end of the day, they got to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add?
I mean, I'm good. I hit the topics that I wanted to hit. If you wanted to, talk about anything else burning in your mind about gaming news or anything like that.
What time are we on right now? Like,
we got 36 minutes. But I mean, if you want to keep talking, we can keep talking.
All right. I won't hold you up too much longer, but so I want to ask you, N64 expansion pack, right? You mentioned before, if they drop Smash Bros, it's a definite cop.
Yeah. Just because.
That's true, then?
Yeah, I think that's true. Just because, the online aspect of it is what I'm really interested in, to play with like a lot more people, to see if it becomes what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, popular again, and trending and stuff like that, which I definitely think it would. And I think that it'd just be nostalgic to bring it back. Like Smash Ultimate is like obviously the ultimate, the best ones out right now. But to bring it back to 64, it'll just bring everything full circle, and I mean, hopefully they'll bring Melee eventually down the line, and then have them all on the Switch, which would be great. But I just think that it'll probably be a definite if Smash 64 does come to the NSO.
Yeah. Even on Wii U, I know like you played on it for a little bit, but I owned it. On Virtual Console, they didn't have any Smash games. They had the whole 5, Game Boy Advance, NES, and then you go Wii. They had a Wii Virtual Console. Like you could go from Wii U and then back to the Wii. They had their own eShop. So they had probably, or sometimes more N64 games than the Wii U shops. You got 2 shops in one system.
Yeah.
But yet, all those consoles, like I'm telling you, you get N64, GameCube, Wii, SNES, NES. I think the Wii had like Sega Genesis and like other systems as well. Like they had, that's how you got the Sonics and whatnot. But they didn't have any Smash. And Smash is like a crazy title.
Yeah.
Like people get pretty competitive, or like it's got all these items, all these characters from different Nintendo franchises, or it'll in the beginning, then like it slowly evolutionized to Sonic and other third party Solid Snake. But that's a huge title right there for the FPS players, GoldenEye. But yeah, that'd be like a pretty great value, for you. And like
I think so.
I will say, and like into a lot of other people as well. Like people, I'm pretty sure are anticipating Smash 64. Like you dropping N64 game, cool. Where's Smash 64?
Yeah.
And especially after like the legacy that Smash Ultimate has made, and Smash like bringing all these different franchises together. Like there are people who are like, oh, I never played Smash. I didn't get a Switch until Kazuya Mishima from Tekken was in. Sora's in from Kingdom Hearts. That's a huge Square Enix character. Sephiroth, Terry, the fighting game players, maybe they want to copy it just to play as Terry, or the Fatal Fury, etc. But Smash 64, that should be there to like pay homage, right, to Masahiro Sakurai for all the work he's done, for all the times he's passed out, for all the times this guy carried that game on his back. All the characters, he said, come with me. I'm going to be in the lab. I'm going to get this out slowly but surely. Everyone's hyped. People cried. People got mad excited. So that Smash 64, that's where it all started. Especially with the month of Kirby, believe it or not. Well, I mean, to some it's just kind of common knowledge, but a lot of like the Kirby tech, like a lot of Kirby tech and the way that Kirby played out, at least in the original, applies to Smash.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it originated from Kirby. Why? Because Masahiro Sakurai was the director. Well, I believe he was the director and the creator. Yeah, I think he was.
I'll go with your word. I'll go with your word.
One of these, yeah, one of the other. He's director or creator.
Yeah.
I know he's the main head of it. But anyway, point is, Smash 64 should be on there. But is anything else like that'll make you get the N64 expansion pack? Because not to mention if you get that, right? It's not just N64 games, right? It's the Animal Crossing DLC. I know you don't play Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
But the Mario Kart Booster Pack.
I do play Mario Kart.
Else, any ideas that you think that would like bring more value to the pass or the expansion pack and make you get it? Be like, okay, I guess I'm gonna get it. Because I feel like they could add more. It feels kind of weird now that it's just, okay, Animal Crossing, Mario Kart Booster Pack. On Sega Genesis, but not everyone was like into Sega Genesis.
Alright guys, so we ran into some technical difficulties because there is a storm happening literally right outside of his place, my place. So I'm just gonna end it here, but to answer his question, if there's any DLC or anything that could be added to the NSO Nintendo 64 expansion pack for it to be an instant buy for me. You know, I mentioned Smash 64, but I think if they do any more type of DLC stuff with whether that's like a package with Pokemon, I think that'll probably be a lot more incentive for me to grab it. Just because, you know, I wouldn't have to pay $30. I would just have to pay, you know, the 50, but I also get 64 games and the other DLC. So I definitely think there's more incentive with the DLC. But yeah, that definitely is going to answer that question there. But it was a great conversation, and I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Do not forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Go check out WINDSC4R's channel because he posts some great videos, some Nintendo 64 stuff, mostly Nintendo stuff, but he does like to show Sega some love and you know, some, you know, other great games. So go check them out. I promise you will not be disappointed. But that's gonna do it for me here. I'll catch y'all in the next one. And if you do like these long conversation kind of things, put it down in the comments below. I would love to, you know, bring other people on to the channel, have a conversation. If you want to talk about anything specific, it doesn't have to be gaming. You know, it can be just about life. If you want to learn about life, if you're having trouble right now, put it down in the comments, man. I would love to make a video and just, you know, help you all out with that. All right, but I'll catch y'all then. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.